All right, everybody, welcome to another deep dive.
Hey, everyone.
Today we are going to be talking about something pretty wild.
Yeah.
Um, have you ever imagined palm trees covered in snow?
It's a crazy thought.
I know, right? Like Florida snow, those two words just don't seem to go together.
Not at all. It's the Sunshine State.
Exactly. But believe it or not, it has happened.
Yeah, it's definitely happened.
So we dug up some pretty amazing sources, and we're going to take a deep dive into the how and the why of this crazy weather phenomenon.
Let's get to it.
Okay, so one of the things that really stood out to me in the research was this thing called Florida's snowiest day.
Oh, yeah, that was a wild one.
Can you tell us more about it?
Well, it all went down on January 19th, 1977.
Wow, that's going way back.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But this massive cold front, just blasted down the East Coast.
Okay.
And it brought with it this wave of freezing air that reached all the way down to South Florida.
No way.
Yeah, and get this, there was actual snowfall all over the state.
That's insane.
I know even Homestead got hit with snow, and that's basically right next to Miami.
That's mind-blowing.
It really makes you question everything you thought you knew about Florida, right?
Totally. I mean, Miami with snow, it's like finding a polar bear in the Bahamas or something.
Pretty much.
But seriously, how is snow even possible in a place that's known for being so warm?
Good question.
Like, what are the conditions that have to come together for something like that to happen?
Well, you need a few key ingredients for snow to form.
Okay.
First off, you got to have moisture in the air, obviously.
Makes sense.
Then you need freezing temperatures, of course.
Right.
But there's also this thing called a lifting mechanism.
A lifting mechanism.
Yeah, basically something that forces the air upwards where it can cool and condense,
Oh, okay. I'm starting to get it.
It's kind of like when you have a glass of iced tea on a really humid day.
Okay.
The moisture in the warm air hits that cold glass and it condenses, right? And you get those water droplets forming on the outside.
Yeah.
Snow formation is kind of similar, except instead of turning into liquid water, the moisture freezes into these ice crystals.
Interesting.
So when a super strong cold front, like the one we talked about, slams into the humid air down in Florida, it acts like that lifting mechanism that we were talking about.
I see.
And boom, you've got the perfect setup for snow.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It is pretty cool.
So it's like this perfect storm of weather conditions that has to happen for Florida to see snow.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's say it does snow in Florida.
All right.
What's it like? Is it total chaos or do people just kind of roll with it?
Well, it's definitely a unique experience. You can imagine people aren't exactly used to dealing with snow down there.
Right.
There are stories of kids trying to sled down grassy hills because they don't have any snow hills.
That's hilarious.
And picture the citrus groves all covered in a blanket of white.
Wow.
It's a pretty surreal sight.
I can imagine.
And you see people bundled up in winter coats in a place where it's usually shorts and t-shirt weather year-round.
That's crazy.
It's definitely not something you see every day in Florida.
So it's kind of a mix of excitement and chaos then.
Yeah, pretty much. People are excited to see the snow, but they're not really sure what to do with it.
Right, because it's not like they have snow plows and all that stuff down there.
Exactly. It's a novelty for most Floridians.
Makes sense.
Some folks, especially up in the northern part of the state, might have seen a flurry or two before.
Okay.
But for the vast majority, it's a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing.
That's wild. So basically Florida turns into a winter wonderland for a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
But then I got to wonder about something.
What's that?
We've been talking about this one crazy snow event back in 1977.
Mm-hmm.
But with climate change and all the crazy weather we've been seeing lately,
Yeah.
could we actually see more snow in Florida in the future?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is, because it seems like we're getting more and more of these extreme weather events all over the place.
That's true. Climate change is a really complex issue. And it's tough to say for sure what's going to happen.
Right.
But some of the climate models out there suggest that we could see even more extreme weather in the future.
Really?
Yeah, both heat waves and cold snaps.
Wow. So even though snow in Florida is super rare right now,
Yeah.
it's possible that it could become more common in the future.
It's not outside the realm of possibility, that's for sure.
That's definitely something to think about. So it's not just about snow-covered palm trees and citrus groves.
Right.
It's also about how climate change could be changing the weather patterns in ways we don't even fully understand yet.
Exactly.
Well, this has been an awesome deep dive.
Yeah, it has.
We've learned so much about snow in Florida, a phenomenon that I honestly never even thought was possible.
It's pretty mind-boggling when you think about it.
It is, and it just goes to show you that our planet is full of surprises.
For sure.
And maybe even a few more snowy ones in the future. Who knows?
Time will tell.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then.
And don't forget to let us know in the comments what you'd like us to deep dive into next.
We're always open to suggestions.
Until then, keep exploring.
And stay curious.
We'll be back soon with more deep dives into the world's most fascinating topics.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.